Take two. What's up, YouTubers, friends here? Small Factor, aka Nathan here. What's up? Today, today, Friday 29th, although it was supposed to be yesterday, March 28th, I had pre-recorded footage, but it's trash, so yeah. So we're going to go to second episode of Mysteries of the World. Second episode, The Sodder Children. Now, if you live here in West Virginia, like I do, you would know about this case. If you do not, then allow me to educate you. So, back in 1945, an Italian immigrant family house was burned to the ground. Seems like they would sell that by now. You're dead wrong. But that's not the only thing. Let me get to my research pages. Good flippin' lord. Why won't you work? Aha! Got it. So, let's start off with the story of the Sodder children disappearing, which is extremely strange. But today, I think we are finally going to crack the case on where the Sodder children are today, and how did the house burn down? There are 2 to 3 things we're going to crack in this case. One thing we're going to crack is what Sodder children are still alive today. 2, what caused the fire. And 3, if the suspect that is the main one is the actual one. Let's begin. So back on Christmas Eve on 1945, George and Jenny Sodder lived in their house in Fayetteville, West Virginia. Both of them were Italian immigrants, and George was specifically a very political person with his voices and thoughts about Benito Mussolini, because this was during World War II at the time. It's Christmas Eve, and on Christmas Eve, around 1 to 1:30 a.m., a fire broke out. Now, George, Jenny... Oh, okay. But, 4 children escaped. One of them was in the army. There were 9 other children. One was, I guess, in the army for some reason. Probably in World War II, but not important. That one, get that out of here. It's probably dead by now. But, yeah. 4 of the children escaped. And 5 of them were never ever seen again. To this day, they are still not even found, as of now. So, they tried to save them, right? They tried. They tried breaking a window. But here's the thing. They were thinking about using a ladder. The ladder mysteriously disappeared. Although it was right beside the house, when the house was on fire, it disappeared. But he tried to use his coal truck so he could try to climb up and reach his coal truck from the window. Mysteriously, the coal trucks didn't start. By the way, news information is gathered by random websites online and BuzzFeed Unsolved. This is where most of my cases are going to come from, but also cases that have been randomly thought by me. And yeah, let's just flip and get on this again. So, strange coincidences, am I right? Now, the house literally burned to ashes. But one of the children went to a neighbor's house to call the fire department. Fire department answered, but immediately hung up. house only burned for about 45 minutes before it's completely ash. Around 7 o'clock in the morning, they finally got there and then found the house literally in ashes. If you get a call at 1:30 in the morning saying a house is on fire, you need to get your butt over there. Yeah, this... I really don't get why... Here's the thing. This is plain dumb, by the way. It's just 1.5 miles away from the house. Okay? Fire department is literally 1.5 miles. Okay, so imagine right here, this house, where my finger is, right here. Imagine this is the fire department. Exactly, you just gotta early just and then boom, you're there. Put out the fire, you're done. But for some reason they thought they'd just be stupid and go there 7 o'clock in the morning when the house was literally ash and burned for 45 minutes. Wait, no, hold on, that wasn't a good enough one. There, that's better. Wait, no, that wasn't a good one either. That one was. Just a big old face palm. Just that. Yeah. I mean, really? But that's not the case point here. Now, medical inspector came by and said the house was, the house caught on fire due to faulty wiring. Nope, that ain't not the case. A few months ago, George had the house inspected, and the wiring was perfectly fine. Death certificates were put up for the 5 children, so they were dead. But here's the thing. If anyone who's studying to be, like, a funeral person, like, who does, like, work at the crematorium, like, if it's literally, you're going to be working there, you should know that bones do not burn during, like, a house fire. They don't do that. Nope. 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 There was no smell around flesh. No smell of flesh. Bones do not burn. There were no bones whatsoever. So they cleared the house, put a cemetery there, but then they started to believe that their children were not dead. Freaking interesting, don't you think? Interesting. And a picture of the Sodder children, I will get that to you right here. Wondering how George cannot get to his other 5 children, the staircase caught on fire. Yes, weird, I know, but that's what happened. Here. These are the 5 missing Sodder siblings. Those are the 5 missing Sodder siblings, which have never been found to this day whatsoever. Or maybe not. Who the heck knows? You're going to like this. So, and here's a weird coincidence that happened that may lead up to the main suspect. So, here's the thing. The lights were actually on during the fire, so faulty wiring. Pow! Wait, no, hold on. I need bad. Here, this works. Boom! Get that out of here. Yeah. By the way, I will be doing this video. Check that out. Yeah. Oh, sorry. It's for the video. But, anyways, back to that. So, strange coincidence, right? Well, a few months ago, a salesperson by the name of, I forgot who, we're just gonna call him, and we'll just call him John. So, John Nickelback. I don't get why a lot of people hate Nickelback. So, Mr. Nickelback here went, to his house, and he knew that his sale was gonna fail. So he said, your house is gonna go up in flames, and your children are going to die. I know, like, it's funny, but then it's not, because He literally predicted what the heck was happening. So I was just like, yep, we found our killer here. Over. So I will give that. I give that the green for that guy. So that's one of our mysteries solved. The green. We got the good old green here. So gave that the green. So we gave that the green. Okay, we gave that the green. Now there was a billboard posted in Fayetteville up until around 1989, also known as Jenny Foster's death. So if I was about to say in the pre-recorded footage, if you ever see that, please let me know. Scratch that because it's been taken down for the past stinking 19 subtract 1987 for the past 32 years. Yeah, so past 32 years. Yeah. Now, that's one part of the case that we gave the green. Now, for the second part of the case, where if any of the children are still alive today. Now, I have heard that there was actually like emails and letters from the Sodder children about their whereabouts, but then yet they still haven't been found. Like I remember one letter that was shipped to a woman in Kentucky about the Sodder children. That was like their aunt or something. I don't know who, like ancestor, like descendant or something. I don't flipping know. It was like 70s, 90s, 80s ish. So I think for the second part of the case, we are going to give this. We're going to give this the orange, the Cheetos bag. Giving that the Cheetos bag, and we gave the criminal Donatello. So now for the third part of the case, what might have caused the fire? Arson. Because faulty wiring, out of the question, because lamps and lights are still under the fire. So just throw that out the window, if anything. It couldn't have been like lightning or anything, because heck no, this is winter. There are barely any lightning storms in there, so about the only kind of case would have to be arson. So yet again, we are giving this the green for the yes that has been solved. Now I think I might have cracked down the case to a cinch. There's only one question left remaining. Are there any slaughtered children left? The youngest one was 2, and I believe she's one of them that did disappear in the fire. Still unknown to this day. But heck, they could be anybody. It could even be you. You could even be a descendant of the slaughtered children. Heck, you could even know them and not even know it. It's all a possibility. But 2 out of 3 cases are definite yes. For the first and third part, yes. For the second part, it's an undetermined. But if I get more details, I will do an updated version. Gotta break like an earthquake, people. See you later.